Tell you about another important architectural feature of the house, which is paling. Paling were narrow boards with horsehair plaster, and that's how they insulated the houses. And that can be seen in the basement, looking up at the floor. But that's considered a very historical feature of the house. So I also wanted to mention why we are here is that the barn next door was also built by the Stoner family in 1850. So the original house was Jacob Wilhelm. David Stoner added this room, and then as the children grew, the bedrooms were added for the 10 children up here by the Stoner family. The barn was built by the Stoner family. But then they moved in 1885, and this addition to the house is a brick addition. Let's just go in here. This is the final addition to the house. It is all brick around us here, and it was built by Adam Schaefer in 1890. And of course, the reason for building this on was for a larger kitchen, which was very typical. So when we arrived here, there was actually a huge porcelain sink here in gray, and you know, I'm sure the family gathered here for many occasions. And also, what is now our handicapped bathroom was the pantry at one time for the family. So they had a large pantry, and now we have it as our handicap accessible bathroom, which comes in handy. Also, we have a collection of books here. We hope to increase that library. It's in memory of Ann Clouser, who was a very popular teacher at Manheim Township High School, and Brad Rutter, who's famous for Jeopardy winnings. Yep. He actually donated money for this room to honor her. So now in here, I'll take you. Oh, this is now our reception room. Did I mention that?
No.
Okay. This room is now under construction. As with old houses, you will continually have different projects to keep it maintained. But this is our gift shop, which helps again to fund the house, preservation of the house. This room was added on when the brick addition was added. This butcher stove was put in. Now this butcher stove was made in Elizabethtown, PA, and basically this is where in the fall they would do their butchering. You'll notice the large rings used to carry the big cast iron pots, and depending on the size you had is how many rings you allowed there. But the later family that lived here in the 1940s, they used it to do their laundry. Yeah, they would heat the water here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And there used to be a wood shed off the back of the house where they could, and an outhouse where they would dump the soapy water down, and then they'd rinse them. But originally it did butchering, and these dials in the floor are actually controlling the amount of air that goes in. So if you wanted it hotter, you open it up. If you want to lower the temp, you close them. So I'm sure it got a lot of use in its day. You'll notice the ring in the ceiling. There was a pulley system to lift those pots. I can't imagine how hard that was and how hot it was in this room. You know?
Well, probably help keep the house warmer in the winter.
Oh, right.
In the summer, not so much.
This is our back entrance door, which has the handicap accessible ramp that was added to the house as part of our preservation as required by Manheim Township, and is the right thing to do. So everyone can visit the historic Stoner house. As you look out the side door here, you will see the small Victorian porch. This was put on in 1889. And this porch was very significant at the time because as you look straight out, you'll see 2 large pine trees. And we know by that there was a couple residing here that were newly married, because those are bride and groom trees.
Oh, wow.
And that was a tradition when you built construction and you were newly married to dedicate it with a bride and groom tree. So we're fortunate to still have them. You know, now they're not in the greatest shape, but certainly a historical fact about the house.
Well, for 125 years old, they're doing
Yeah, they're doing well. Okay.
Can we talk about the basement stairs and
The vault. Okay.
just not taking a lot of people down there?
Oh, yes. Okay. What you going?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. This is the entrance to the basement. Unfortunately, the basement and the upstairs is not open to the public. We are only approved by the code compliance people to allow people on the first floor. However, on occasion or special exception, if a tour guide accompanies them, they can go and see the vaulted cellar, and then upstairs to see some of the rooms up there. But basically, we do not offer the tour for the basement or the upstairs. And only if they are very history-minded or have some reason to want to see the upstairs. But again, it has to be accompanied by a tour guide and keep reminding them to be safe. And it is safer to take them up the back stairs. We have a front stairs and a back stairs. The front stairs are very steep, and you have to be very careful on those stairs. I like to use the back stairs if I'm taking anyone up. Okay.
Should we pause a second?
Yes.
Okay.